Hello my dear friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this particular video, we will going to discuss about static keyword in Java programming language. So let us start with our first topic, what is static? So static is a keyword in Java programming language. When we declare any member of our class as static, then those members belongs to a class and not to an object. Now let us discuss our second point, what is the main purpose of static keyword? So the main purpose of static keyword is that static keyword is used for memory management. Suppose I am having one method inside my class and I have declared that method as static. Now for accessing that method, there is no need of creating an object for the class. We can access that static method by directly using a class name. So we are preventing the creation of object. In other words, we can say that we are saving a memory. Now let us discuss our third point, where we can use static keyword in Java programming language. So static keyword can be used with variables, with methods, blocks, and nested classes. Now my dear friends, let us understand the use of static keyword in Java programming language by the help of programs. Let's start with variables. So what is static variable? When we declare any variable as static, then that variable is known as static variable. Those class variables which are common for all the objects, we can make those variables as static so that there is no need of creating and assigning the value of that common variable again and again for each object. Also, when we are making any variable as static, then that variable belongs to a class and not to an object, and memory is allocated for that static variable only once when our class is getting loaded by JVM. Now let us try to understand about the concept of static variable by the help of Java program. So my dear friends, I have created an employee.java class inside my com.tutorial.static example package, and it is of type public. Inside my class, I have three variables, employee ID, employee name, and company name. Employee ID and employee name are instance variable of an employee class, and here you can see that we have declared our company name as static. Now this company name static variable belongs to a class and not to an object, and here we have created an parameterized constructor for employee class which is having two parameters, employee ID and employee name, and here we are assigning the values of employee ID and employee name to the instance variables of an object, and here I am using a print employee details method for printing the employee details. Now this is my test static variable.java class, and inside my test static variable class I have a main method, and we will use this main method to understand various concepts related to static keyword. So by these two statements I am creating two objects, employee object 1 and employee object 2, by using new keyword, and this is my parameterized constructor, and inside my parameterized constructor I am passing employee ID and employee name. Now my dear friends, I have already told you that our static variables belongs to a class and not to an object, so there is no need of creating an object for accessing our static variable, and we can directly access our static members by using a class name. So here you can see that I am using class name dot our static variable name, and we are assigning the value xyz to our static variable, and here I am printing the details of an employee object 1 and employee object 2. Now let's run our program, and then we will try to understand the flow of our program. So my dear friends, you can see an output here. So inside our main method we have created two objects, employee object 1 and employee object 2, and we have assigned values to our object. You need to understand one thing here, that at runtime when JVM starts the execution, then JVM will allocate a memory for employee ID and employee name inside a heap memory, and as soon as the class will be loaded by JVM, then for all the static variables the memory is allocated in a class area. Now by the help of memory diagram we will try to understand it later. So here you can see that we have assigned the value of a static variable, and here I am printing the details of our first employee. So you can see that employee ID value is 1, employee name which we are passing inside our parameterized constructor, its value is Chetan, and here you can see that our static variable value is xyz which we have assigned by the use of this statement. And again when we are printing the value for employee object 2, then we are getting employee ID 2, employee name Anand, and here again you can see that the value of our company company name is XYZ. So you can understand that for all the employees in a company, the company name is same and it is common for all the employees. That's the reason we have declared our company name variable as static, so that there is no need of assigning a value and allocating a memory for static variable again and again for each object. Now let us try to understand the memory diagram for this program. So my dear friends, here you can see that at runtime when I am creating an employee object 1, so this employee object 1 is a reference variable which get created inside a stack memory, and it is pointing to a instance variables employee ID and employee name, and when a class is getting loaded at that point of time, the memory is allocated for our static variables inside a class area. Similarly, when I am creating employee object 2, so a reference variable employee object 2 is created inside a stack memory and it is pointing to an object in a heap memory with employee ID value as 2 and employee name value as Anand, and here I am assigning the value for my static variable company name equals to XYZ. So here you can see that inside our class area company name equals to XYZ is assigned to our company name static variable, and this company name static variable is common for all the objects. Suppose for my employees class I have created 10,000 objects, then for all the 10,000 objects our company name static variable is common, and memory is allocated for this static variable only once at the time when our class is loaded by a JVM. That's why static variable is used for memory management. Now my dear friends, let us try to understand the use of static keyword with methods. So let us first discuss what is static methods. So when we declare any method as static, then that method is known as static methods. Now as we have already discussed that static members belongs to a class and not to an object. So our static method belongs to a class and not to an object, which means that we can call a method by directly using a class name and there is no need of creating an object for calling a static method. Let us try to understand the concept of static method by the help of an example. So inside our employee.java class, I have created a static method with a name update company name, and it is of type void, which means that it will not return any value. And here I have declared our method as static, which means that we can directly call our method by using the class name. Now inside our method I am assigning the value to our static variable. Now let us try to understand some of the concepts related to static method. So let us try to call a non-static method inside our static method. So my dear friends, here you can see that we cannot call any non-static method inside our static method. Now let me try to assign the value of our instance variable inside our static method. So again you can see that we cannot access any non-static members of a class inside our static method. Let me try to access it by using this keyword. So here you can see that this keyword is also not allowed inside static method because it belongs to a class, and this keyword is used to refer to a current object. Similarly, we cannot access super keyword inside our static method. So these are some of the concepts related to our static method. Now let us go inside our test static variable.java class and let me uncomment this code. This part of code we have already discussed. Now in this statement you can see that this is our static method which we have declared inside our employee class, and we are accessing our static method by directly using a class name, and there is no need of creating an object for calling our static method. Now inside our static method we have updated a value of our company name static variable, and here I am printing the details of our employee objects. Now let us try to run our program. So my dear friends, here you can see that we are getting the employee details which we already discussed earlier. Now inside this static method we have updated the value of our company name, then this statement is getting printed, and here we are getting the employee details of our employee object 1. So here you can see that the value of a company name is updated now from XYZ to ABC, and it is updated for all the objects. Let us see one more example of a static method. So let me uncomment this code first. So my dear friends, here you can see that inside my test static variable.java class, I have created a method with the name addNumber, and it is accepting two parameters of type integer, and its return type is int, which means that it will return a value of integer type, and it is a static method, which means that there is no need of creating an object of test static variable class, and we can directly access this addNumber method by using a class name. So in this statement you can see that I'm using a class name dot method name, and I'm passing the value as 1 and 2 inside my method, and this method is returning the sum of these two integer values, and the return value is assigned to a sum variable which is of type int, and here we are printing the value of our sum variable. Now let us try to run our program. So my dear friends, here you can see that we have called a static method by using a class name, and we have passed two inputs as 1 and 2, and we are getting the sum value as 3, which is getting printed in a console. Now let us try to understand the next use of our static keyword with blocks. So static blocks are those blocks which are present inside the class, and these blocks is used to initialize the values of our static variables. Now let us try to understand the concept of static block by the help of a program. So inside my employee.java class, I have created a static block, and inside a static block we are assigning the value to our static variable, and here I am printing a statement that is static block is called. All the concepts which we have discussed for our static method is also applicable for our static block. That is, we cannot access any non-static members of a class inside our static blocks. Now inside our test static variable.java class, I am uncommenting this line, and let me comment this. Now let us try to run our program. Now my dear friends, let us try to understand some of the important concept that is related to static block. Whenever a class is loaded by JVM, then the memory is allocated for an static variables, and our static block is called by the JVM even before calling the main method. So here you can see that inside our main method we are creating an object of our employee class. So as soon as we'll create an object of our employee class is loaded by JVM in a memory, then our static block get called, and it will assign the value ABCDEF to our static variable company name, and it is printing this statement. So here you can see that in console our static block is called statement is getting printed. Here we are creating another object of employee class, so you can understand one point here that our static block is called only once when a class is loaded by the JVM, and here we are printing a next statement as main method is. So here you can see that this statement is getting printed, and by using this statement we are printing the details of our employee objects, and here you can see that the static variable value is assigned only once inside an static block, and this value is common for all the objects. Now my dear friends, let us try to understand the use of static keyword with nested classes. So when a class is declared inside a class, then that class is known as nested class, and we have declared our inner class as static, so that inner class is known as static nested class. Now let us try to understand the concept of nested static class by the help of an example. So my dear friends, here you can see that I have created a test outer class inside my com.tutorial.test package, and it is of type public, and inside my test outer class I have created one static variable number which is of type integer, and its scope is private, and I have created one instance variable with the name age, and it is of type int. So my dear friends, here you can see that we have created one more class inside our outer class. I have declared a class with the name inner, and it is of type static. That is why this class is known as static nested class, and inside our static nested class inner I have declared a static variable, and this is our static block, and inside my static block I am assigning the value of our static variable, and here you can see that I have created one static method, and this is a non-static method. Now let us try to understand the concept of nested static class. So inside nested static class we can declare static members, and we can also have non-static members. Also you can see that this is my static method which is present inside my nested static class, and inside this method I am accessing a number variable which is of type static and scope is private, which means that we can access the static members of outer class inside inside our inner class. Now let us try to access the non-static members of our outer class. So here you can see that the non-static member of outer class is not allowed inside our nested class. And here I am printing the value of our number variable. Now let's see that how we can access the static and non-static members of our static nested class. Now this is our main method, and in this statement we are accessing our static variable which is present inside a nested class. Now here you can see that test outer is the name of our outer class and inner is the name of our nested class, and name is the static variable which is present inside a nested class. Similarly, we can call the static method which is present inside the nested class by using the instruction as test outer, which is the name of our outer class, dot inner, which is the name of our nested class, dot assign number, which is the name of our static method. Now you can see that this is a non-static method which is present inside a nested class. So to access this non-static method, we have to create an object of our nested class. So in this statement, we are creating an object of our nested class by using the instruction as outer class name dot inner class. This is the name of our reference variable. New is a keyword which is used to create an object, and this is the default constructor of our nested class. Now in this statement, we are calling a non-static method by using an object, that is object name dot method name. Now let's try to run our program. So here you can see that by using this statement, we are printing the value of our name variable which is of type static, and it is present inside our nested class, that is test outer dot inner dot name. So when our inner class is getting loaded, at the time our static block will be called and it is assigning the value to our static variable. That's why we are getting this value as Chetan. Now here we have called our static method which is present inside a nested class. Now inside this method we are assigning the value to our static variable which is present outside our nested class, which means that we can also access private members of outer class which are declared as static. So here we are printing the value of a number static variable which is coming as 1. Now by using this statement, we have called a non-static method which is present inside a nested class, and this statement is printed in our console. Now my dear friends, hope you are able to understand the uses of static keyword with variables, methods, blocks and nested class. Now let us discuss some of the important questions related to static keyword. So our first question is, can we access any non-static members inside our static section? We have already discussed earlier by the help of program that we cannot access any non-static members inside our static regions. Now our next question is, can we use this or super keyword inside our static section? And again its answer is no, that we cannot use this and super keyword inside our static section. This is because this and super keyword is related to object and static keyword belongs to a class. Now our next important question is, why main method is static in Java programming language? As we know that when we run our program, then our JVM calls the main method. Main is the starting point of our application. Now when JVM calls the main method which is declared as static, so there is no need of creating an object for calling the main method, so that the main method can directly be called by the help of a class name. That is the reason the main method is declared as static in Java programming language, and there is no need of creating an object for calling a main method. In other words, we can say that we are saving a memory by preventing an unnecessary creation of an object. Now our next important question is, can we overload static method in Java? Then the answer is yes, we can overload static method in Java programming language. That is, we can have more than one static method in a Java programming language which are having same name but with different parameters. Now let us discuss our next question. Can we override static method in Java? So its answer is no, we cannot override static method in Java. This is because static methods belongs to a class and not to an object. So my dear friend, this is about static keyword. Hope you are able to understand all the concepts which we have discussed in this video. Do like, comment and subscribe my channel and click the bell icon for latest updates.